G'day folks, and welcome back to the channel for episode number 28 of my Lightning Caster Paladin playthrough. Where last episode was a bit of a farming episode, we didn't really find much of anything at all. And this episode we're going to finish off the last little bits of Malmoth and then head into Forgotten Gods. Now I did do another one run of the Gloomwald and also out here to hit that one totem. And between all of that I got these two items. One of which is the Eastern Gloves, which I probably won't use, but I do have the pants. So I may end up using those. Although I do also have the Mythical Leg Plates of Valor, which are very nice, provide resistances I need, etc, etc. And also the Spellweave Leg Wraps, which are also quite good and provide things that I want. So it's kind of unlikely, but maybe. And I also found the Clairvoyance Wand, which I kept pretty much solely to point out the fact that it has a 15% chance to heal you every 2.5 seconds for 1,000 health, which is, you know, decent. Obviously I'm not going to use it because it's vitality and aether damage, but that proc is quite nice. Right, so, intro out of the way, let's go kill Draven Call, Syrian Marsan, and Albaran Rhine, assuming I've pronounced those names correctly. And they live over here near the Crowned Hill Rift. Alright, here we go. Have to get back into it, hang on. Have to change that again before it bothers me. I'm playing the Purifier a little bit. Never playing a gun build ever again, just for that setting alone. Alright, too many idiots in the way, let's just kill them. And we are heading down the ramp, which functions very similar to stairs in that I can't make it work properly. And up here into the... Is this a lighthouse? It says it's a fort. No, the lighthouse is the other building. This is the Chamber of the High Council. Okay. Well, unfortunately, they've got a visitor. And the visitor is a murder hobo, so... it's unfortunate for them. I probably should be killing some of these. Level 90 is pretty good, but XP and also reputation with the Malmoth resistance is good things to get. I'm not revered with the Malmoth resistance, unfortunately, which means no XP pots. But, you know, just kill a few of these guys on the way and it'll all add up. May have to do a couple of totems or bounties or something before I leave as well, because I do want revered before I head into Forgotten Gods. If nothing else, there will be... well, I don't think I can change the augments, but there's XP pots if nothing else. Right. Let's see if we can't take these guys out. Shouldn't be too difficult. Let's see how we go. We'll just keep the lightning on them. They're not really taking much in the way of damage. So I think they may be highly resistant to lightning, which is quite unfortunate. Their body's shown up as well. So I'll just keep the lightning spread between the two of them. Whoop. And suddenly he's dead. Alright, I'll take it, I'll take it. So we just keep casting the rune, keep the storm box active, keep a couple of Inquisitor seals on the ground so I can't really take huge amounts of damage. And other than that, it's just a waiting game. There we go. Alright, in terms of loot, I'm actually... that's not the loot page. I'm going to turn the rares off. I'm at the point now where I don't really care for rare items. MIs, yes, but rare items themselves are kind of not something that I'm looking to use anymore. And we've got 4.5 million iron bits, which is more than enough. So I'm turning the rares off just to kind of clear the screen of clutter. Hang on, do I have... yep, always show double rares. So if there is a double rare, it will show up. But other than that, I think I'm done. At least with rares. The other thing I was noting before I started recording is that a lot of the MIs I'm using are a little bit out of date. For example, the helmet is level 74. Shield I think was more recent, but yeah. Could definitely do with some upgrades. However, I think the thing to do is to just head to Forgotten Gods, get that done, and then get to 100. Alright, so Carinia, yes, I have killed the council. What did you give me? Azrakar's Sands. It's actually not horrible. The rewind, sorry, mythical Azrakar's Sands. Alright, so this is one of the better amulets for hardcore. What does this one actually give us? I think this is +1 to Inquisitor, +2 to Lightning Tether, -8 Lightning Res to Stormbox. And the rest is kind of nice to have. This one will save you if you get low. And it also has +1 to all skills in both my masteries, +3 to Resilience, which is this one, which is not amazing, but it's still quite good. Can I use it? Does this ruin my resists? So this one actually has +4 to maximum all resistance. And it looks like resistances are still fine, so I don't need that Aether Soul, so I can now make... do I have the recipe for Seal of Annihilation? I don't. Okay, that's fine. Amulets, don't need accessories. What have I actually got that can go here for now? Probably something with some damage on it, or Arcane Spark could be good. Can't afford it. But the 50 offensive ability, the energy regen's kind of whatever. Do I need more movement speed? Run speed is capped? No. Runebound Topaz is always a good one. I think I can afford to make one of these. And health, defensive ability, stun resist I think is capped. Yep, 1% over max. Honestly, Sky Shard Powder. Honestly, I think the Aether Soul may be better just for the less damage from ethereals. But I don't really need any of that. I guess I'm only 2% over cap on Aether Res. So, let's do Soul. Okay, Wrath. I'll just chuck a Wrath Stone on there for now. And we can look at getting something else later. I'm not gonna lie, that -8% lightning resistance to Stormbox is actually a big deal. That is a lot of damage. And I'm swapping that out for +1 to Oathkeeper, which is a movement skill. It is resisted to Shred on Celestial Presence. It is a little bit more absorption and some minor damage buffs there. But I'm basically swapping out damage for defense here. Having said that, if you are playing an Oathkeeper or an Inquisitor and this amulet drops, you really, really gotta question why you're not using it. And if you're playing a Paladin and this drops, oof. This is by far the best leveling amulet for hardcore. The best, full stop. End of discussion, there is no better. This comes with a full heal when you get low. It comes with 4% max all res, so going from 80 to 84 means you go from taking 20% damage to 16% damage. This is a 20% damage reduction for all types of damage that aren't physical. Phys res is obviously not amazing on this character yet. But this is one of the best amulets in hardcore for just about anyone. And if you're a Paladin and you get +1 to all skills as well, it's pretty good. Okay, what was Sky Shard Powder? Let's go get one of those. Where is that? Is that Coven? That's Coven. So yeah, that is a really lucky drop. Having said that, if you are playing along and you happen to just have the Aether Bolt Pendant, this is really good too. You will get a lot more damage out of this, and you still do get the 6% max elemental resistances and +1 to Inquisitor, which is honestly, I mean, this is the damage. Well, I mean, this is the damage and this, but yeah, it's really, really good.
See anything you like?
I just value that death save probably higher than I should. Where are we? Coven. What am I even looking for? What is it? Sky Shard Powder. Let's just do a search for Sky There we go. I was expecting it to be blue.
See you around.
Alright. So resistances are kind of okay now. Everything is 4% over cap. That's a little over the top. I think the only component I have that has poison resistance on it is that Ogdenbog leather. Yeah, I think so. How is Vitality Res? 22% over, so I could actually swap that Soul Shard out for more offensive ability from another Vengeful Wraith. I think it's fine. I think that's okay. Right, how is our reputation with... Where are they? Mammoth Resistance, Honored, and I'm like 200 away. Okay. I'm gonna go to Crown Hill, and we're gonna do that one totem, and probably we will get revered on the way to that one totem. Where are you? It's gonna be over here. Haven't been through here yet, have I? Yes, I have. I should have taken my previous rift here. That's alright. But yeah, when you put the Azrakar's Sand amulet on, you're gonna notice a huge drop in the amount of damage you take. And it's really good. This should be not quite enough. Storm Cage legs, those could be good. I like the word storm. Didn't notice that if they said mythical or not, so could be better. 52 with the Mammoth resistance. I think is that done? I need to kill 17. Alright, we just pop this totem and it'll be fine. There we go. And that's it. Okay, I've got an Arcane. Let's take him out. Down he goes. And you'll notice now that I've turned the rares off, I can actually see what's going on. There's 2 blueprints, a blue item, and 1 MI that dropped. And that's it. Alright, it's going to pop up here in a second if I haven't already missed it. That we are now revered with the... got through there further than I expected. We're now revered with the Mammoth Resistance. Which means we can firstly buy that. I don't think I need any of those. Scrap's fine. Right, so we have revered status now, which means XP pots. It also means if I needed it, I could have a resistance augment for vitality with some health regen, pierce and aether, and vitality and bleeding. So between this and the ones you have available from the Black Legion, you have augments that do every resistance type except, I think, elemental for your armor. I think the elemental ones are Kaiman and Death's Vigil. I think they have one each. And the Outcast, I think, has the other ones. But basically, you got Kingsguard Powder, which is poison and pierce, I think. Mankind's Vigil does chaos and aether. This one does pierce and aether, so, I mean, if you need pierce but you don't need poison, I guess. And then bleeding and vitality is this one. So we're covered for everything except elemental, and we're a decent ways over cap on elemental anyway, so we're good. Alright, these are going to be the pants I'm going to wear, I think. Having said that, the mythical leg plates of Valor do have physical resistance, pierce resistance, bleeding resistance, and 4 skill points on them. Where are they? Those ones. Also got some life. So these are quite good, but these are also quite good, so it's going to be fun trying to decide which one I want to use. Also, I had this amulet from before as well, and I remember kind of umming and ahhing over which one of these to use. But then, you know, mythical Azrakar's Sands. Best hardcore leveling amulet in the game. Right, so we have XP pots now. We're good to move on. So, let's head down to Forgotten Gods. Do I already have that? I don't. And let's get started on the quest line there. Now, in normal... Where are we? Let's get away from those so they'll stop making noise. They're towards the top. Coven, Cult of Bismail, respected, respected, respected. It looks like we went with Soleil in normal. So I'm going to do, you know what, I'll do Bismail. It's easier to do Bismail on Ultimate. Alright, let's go in, we'll do their little trial at the start here. Also, I think pretty much everyone knows this by now, but right at the start, there's a little walkway up here. And there's some free loot here. And there's a statue of a character using 2 shields, which means this urn has a totally normal shield in it. This one happens to be a Warlord shield with a proc when you block things. Anytime you see a statue with 2 shields, there'll be an urn at its feet. I think there's 6 of them. But there is a totally normal bulwark, totally normal shield, totally normal buckler, or whatever they're called, in all of those. You only get 1 of these per character per difficulty. So the ultimate versions are all level 94. The elites, I believe, are 75, and the normal or veterans are all level 50. You get 1 of each of these per difficulty per character. So if there was any chance I wanted to use this and I sell it, then yeah, I can never get this one again. Okay, I'm going to hang on to it. I don't think I want to use it, but it's worth like 3,000 iron bits, so we'll keep it for now. Only 2 empowered. I did get a ton of the regular ones though, so I wonder how that works. Maybe because I skipped elite, they didn't drop, but I think it's based on level. Alright, let's get this over with. So boom goes the dynamite. Everybody explodes nicely. That's reflective, which I really kind of don't want to deal with, but also it's not a big deal. There we go, everybody's dead. I'll pick up Terror of the Grove just to get it off the screen, honestly. Run over here and talk to old mate. I could talk to, hang on, let me just check. Coven Sky Seals for rings. So I could go and get those right now, but I think I like these better. The Coven whatever seals and all the blue rings from the various reputations that a lot of the guide makers on the Grim Tools website and the crate forums use. I don't know why they use them. They're not very good. They do provide skill points, but they generally have no procs on them. They will generally have 1 or 2 20% resistances on them. They're not very good. So I tend to not use them. And it looks like there's actually no Soleil items in use from this guy. So yeah, we're just going to do Bismail on Ultimate. Bismail is a little bit quicker. I should be using these potions too. Bismail is a little bit quicker, so I like to do it on Ultimate. And where are we going? Speak to... oh, I didn't speak to old mate. Alright. Yeah, I prefer to do Bismail on Ultimate because it's just faster. There's less jiggery-pokery to do. If you start doing Drieg or Soleil, they have more annoying quests. The Soleil one... Soleil? Might be Drieg, actually, where you have to kill 5 dogs and 5 of this and 5 of that, and they're all scattered all over the world. I just prefer this one. Alright, level 91. We only get 1 skill point now. And Stormbox is maxed out. So, what did I put points into? I did just put a couple points into Presence of Virtue, I think. More offensive ability, I think, is the way to go. So I'll put another 2 levels into that. And let's get some quests. I'm not going to take his extortion quest. Why not? I was going to say I'm not going to do it now, but why not? You're a merchant, give me things, got anything? Yes, let's do this, of course, yes. And it's always a rare item, and it's very rarely any good. I would go so far as to say it's never good. This is free XP, so if you accept this quest, come over here. You buy this, they give you 10,000 XP, and you get 20,000 because you're using an XP pot. and then just sell it back to them. You get your money back, you keep your XP, and everybody's happy.
Put it to good use.
Right, where's Anorak? Here he is. I may as well do Anorak. He is worth reputation. Or his quest is, rather. One thing I'm not going to do, though, is a lot of this stuff, I'm just going to kind of turbo past it a little bit. I'll probably forget sometimes and accidentally throw out the occasional rune or 7. But as a general rule, I'm not too fussed about killing trash at this point. I will stop for the guys with stars on their heads. Because obviously XP. Hey, there's another one. Nice. So Null the Swift here has got to go. There he goes. But just like random stuff, I'm only going to kill it if it gets in the way or if I do it out of habit, basically. Okay, so that's Galgar. And that was Galgar. There we go. Guess that's a pretty big pack. I'll probably kill it. I'm only going to kill things sometimes, maybe. Alright, so we'll get through here pretty quickly. I'm not going to do the Temple of Osea, because the only things in there are a devotion shrine and quest updates for a quest that I can get somewhere else. Don't normally run up here either, but there is often a group of 3 enemies up here. A group of 3 elites that are worth killing. Alright, coming up on the Temple of Osea. Like I said, I'm pretty much not going to do this one. This guy needs to die. Reflective is not good. And boom goes the dynamite. Okay, burning purifier. Yep, 2-handed fire weapons. More guns for the guy not using guns. Lovely. Okay, and we are getting reputation for everyone, so I guess I should be killing some of these. Alright, we have hit Honored with Soleil, so the first thing I need to do is I need to go and get the writ from Soleil. As long as we're here, I'll sell that. So in Honored, we take the writ. This seal here is also kind of not horrible, actually. But, again, if you look at it, it's got some skills... Well, it's got 2 skill points for skills I'm using. It's got 1 resistance that's about 20%. It's got a small amount of health, and it's got about 100% damage to the damage I'm doing. That's it. There's no proc on it. There's very minimal resistances, and there's a small bit of life, and that's it. So this is why I tend to stay away from these. If you enjoy using them, or if you don't have anything better at the time, by all means use them. I mean, you'd be silly not to if it's an upgrade. I just find that it's almost never an upgrade, which may be because I put such high importance on using my rings to fix my resistances while I'm leveling. That could be why I don't like them so much. If your resistances are already fixed because you have something else that fixes them, then maybe you don't need your rings for resists, and then plus 2 to your main skill is probably fine. But also, these rings exist and have plus 3 to your main skill, plus 3 to another skill that, I guess we're not using Aegis, but plus 3 to your main skill, and they can have a damage proc on them, and they can have resistances as well, so... I guess it's kind of speed up leveling. If you're not farming for fancy green rings, then save you some time, maybe. Okay. I'm also not going to go down into the little secret area there because I don't need the Leovinus ring. At this point, it's not very good. 3% XP, I guess, is nice-ish, but I think I'll survive without it, honestly. Alright, we will send them back to town. So this quest is one that I haven't actually picked up yet. But when I get back to town, I can still turn it in. Here's Algandia. So we'll go ahead and blow him up. Take his stuff and be on our way. Alright, now we're leaving the Temple City of Osea. I may as well kill the Titanovore coming out of here. Why not? Let's pick our head up here as well, see if there's a fancy chest, which there isn't. The fancy chest drops the item you need to summon Kalagadra. I tend to check for it in the places that I remember when I'm leveling up, just so I have a few for later, so if I want to, I can summon her. But in hardcore, most characters will summon Kalagadra and will be dead within 5 minutes, so it's up to you, I guess. Mythical Damnation, nice little axe there. And I spy a totem, so we're going to do that. But first, also spy Nazbak right here. One more should do it. There he goes. Alright. So it's totem o'clock. Let's set up the shotgun. This is honestly the most fun part about this build, in my opinion. Is just setting this up. And then just letting it all explode. They're starting to spawn in waves though, which does kind of make it a little, not harder per se, but a little less effective. Alright, these blues I don't care about. I'm gonna eat that. I'm actually gonna throw that on the floor, so it's just taking up room in my inventory. And from here, we head north a little ways and we'll kill the Titanovore. Should be coming up just here. Also, for those of you who, you know, if you know, you know. That's part of the access quest for the Court of the Magi. Must have been hell to find for the people who didn't know it was there, who were looking for, who were looking for it, but didn't have the answer readily available on the interwebs. That must have been quite difficult to find. It's going to be entertaining going through the new area. Assuming Grimtal's map doesn't just auto-update and show you where everything is, finding all the new secret stuff is going to be fun. I think I'll probably avoid using the Grimtal's map when Fangs of Ashtakan comes out. Right, Spell Scourge Vanguard. So, I'm sure there's one of you who wants that. I'll leave it on the floor for you. Come and get it. That, the Spell Scourge set was one of the builds that was touted in the top 20 list. So if you're building that, I left his shoulders on the floor for you. And the less said about my opinion of that list, probably the better for my channel. Right, what do we need to do in the docks? I need to get the 3 Bloods of the Watchers, and I think that's it. There is a treasure trove here. Guess I'll check the one spot over here. There is a treasure trove. There's also these guys. The Watchers have the quest item, and it's 100% drop chance, which is nice. And I'm just poking my head around in the wrong area, obviously. But there is a treasure trove over on the left side here. And like I said, I'm probably completely in the wrong section. It's probably up there. Okay, Blood of the Watchers number 1. I only need 3 of these, so once I get the 3rd drop, I can ignore them. Here we go. I don't know why I thought it'd be in here. I just had a feeling. Turns out to have been correct. How many times do you just have that feeling and you're completely wrong, but you don't remember it until next time? Who are you? Ancient armor, that's fine. Alright, let's go downstairs here. There's 2 more watchers right at the top of the docks. It does seem like the Watchers have static spawn points, which is nice. Or at least set spawn points with a chance. You know, they may not be here 100% of the time, but they have their spots where they can be, sort of thing. Alright, as long as we're in the area, we'll go rescue Anorak's brother. But I do want to go get the Rift Gate, or the next Rift Gate first. And I may as well run up here and get that last Blood of the Watchers. Here we go. Infused Animated Watcher. Down he goes. There's my blood. So I'm done with the bloods. Just run down here and get this Rift Gate, and then we'll double back for Anorak's little dungeon. Okay, I think we can turn south here? Question mark? I could be wrong here. I may just be completely making things up. No, this is good. This is good. So if we come through here, and here's Anorak. That's another Blood of the Watchers there. Alright, eat your conversation pie, and we head inside. Now, again, there's nothing in here except for the quest that I'm actually doing. I mean, I guess there is an Exalted chest, or at least I think there's an Exalted chest on this level. It may be in the next level. I think it's the next level. Anyway, there's an Exalted chest somewhere in here. But, honestly, if I don't find it, I'm not going to go looking for it, so that's fine. I usually come along the top edge here. Looks like that's blocked this time, though. And unfortunately, these tombs, or crypts, or whatever they are, these underground areas, they all kind of look the same. So I can't remember exactly where the Exalted chest is in here. I think it's, yeah, here it is. Turian's Reprisal, Legendary Shield. I'm almost definitely not using that. So I'll probably throw it on the floor later. Alright, so this boss has two forms, or two stages. First one when he's alive, and the second one when he's unalive. And you want to make sure you don't get shotgunned by that. So I think this guy actually killed me 2 or 3 times on various Nightblade and Soldier characters while I was still learning the game. And I would blitz into him, or I would Shadow Strike at him, and he would throw out his little cold shotgun as like the first thing he did, and so I would rush straight into his face and just get blasted, instantly die. Eventually I figured out what was going on and stopped doing it, but it was incredibly annoying when I didn't know what was going on. Felt quite unfair. Turns out it was perfectly fair, I was just stupid. Okay, so that's done. That's done. Let's go back. Actually, we'll get the book first. We'll unlock transmuting. We'll get up to the next rift, and then I'll go back and turn it all in. Okay, I think we go south here. Then we go across here. Now I am looking to get down to the low ground, so as I can get to... You okay there? Just so I can get to the quest item. So I think this is the correct low ground. You need to go immediately. Please die. Okay, one more should do it. There we go. Okay, this is the correct low ground. Come under here and there'll be a body just over here up the ramp. There he is. So this is Kanan, and that's the tome of, I don't know, some bloke. Turns out he was pretty good at doing the magic things. So once I've got to the next rift, I'll go back and turn this in, and then do the... Is it Grimoire? No, Grimoire's the other guy. You'd think I'd be able to remember this. Galfang. We'll do Galfang's core. Alright, here we go. Back to the Conclave of the Three. Right, as long as we're here, I don't really think that... Well, that wasn't what I wanted to do, was it? There we go. Okay, 4 Eldritch Essence is actually pretty good. Right, we don't need to do the Shattered Realm just yet. Let's turn this one in. Nope, he doesn't want to talk to us yet. We'll turn this one in. And can we talk to him now? We can. Alright, we'll do this first. We'll get Galfang. Then we'll come back and turn that in. XP pot's still ticking. Very nice, very nice. Alright, just checking the time. Probably have to split Forgotten Gods into 2 sections again. Alright. I need to start killing more things so they'll get out of the way. There we go. Alright. So that's Galfang there, the Night Terror. Each of the 3 witch cults have their own little... I guess it's like a pocket plane or whatever with a quest to do. This one I think is kind of the easiest one. Not that any of them are super difficult, but I don't know, I like this one. Alright, there he goes. So we'll pick up the core, the Intrepid War Boots, and let's get out of here. If you were doing this, if this was normal, you could now exit to menu, come back in, go back in there, kill him again, and you would be able to get another one of these, assuming you put this in your stash first. And you could collect 9 bloods and 3 cores in normal, and then you could just come here in elite and go bingo bango bongo. Thanks for the XP. Okay, fascinating. Yep. Hand of Altos is up to 13, which is very nice. Another skill point for Presence of Virtue, so a little bit more offensive ability. I may put a few more points into Deadly Aim for more percentage as well. It's usually a 1-pointer, but honestly, I mean, I guess Steel Resolve's capped. This is just more health and some crowd control resist, which is, it's not a bad thing. Less damage from Chthonic and Eldritch. This might be the way to go. What do we get over here? Yeah, I think that probably a few points in the end there. Anyway, we're not at that point yet. Let's go talk to Anorak. We can tell him all about his brother. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Come up here. There's a few quests we can do for the Soleil quests. Consider it done. So what do we got here? Speak with Soleil recruits. Oh, that's these guys down here. Okay, and we can just... it's not cheating. It's not cheating. We are preparing the battlefield. Okay? It's tactical. See? Very, very tactical. There we go. Alright, free XP. I think we get the next quest from him as well. Maybe not. That might actually be a Soleil quest where you have to kill a couple of their recruits. I think that is actually a Soleil specific quest. Okay. So, next mission, get to the Vanguard of the Three. So we'll take a quick walk through the cave. Which is going to be over here. And may as well go in here and grab the loot. Free loot. I actually had thought there was a blacksmith in here, but apparently not. I guess I'm thinking of a different place with a blacksmith. I'm gonna hang on to these as well. So the, I should check, actually. The final build, oh, there he is. Oh, I was right. Lovely. What does he do? Random crafting materials. Okay. Yeah, so I need to actually look at the end game build for this character and see what items I need. I'm going to be making Crab Turtle's physical tank thing, and we'll see how good it is. It looks good, at least on paper. So we'll have to see if it is good, but at least in theory, it looks like it should be very, very good. Where's the Sunder thing? Go on, do your Sunder thing. There you go. I think I may be able to just tank it. Maybe not, my health bar is moving. Right, we'll kill off a few of his friends. That might help some. And I think as long as I stay out of his sundering attack, it should be okay. There he goes. Alright, Spell Scourge Visor. So now I can make the helmet to match the shoulders that I left on the sands for the build that I'm not playing. Alright, let's get through here nice and quickly. I'll have a look if Grimoire is in the area just outside on the other end. But, yeah, that'll be fine. Just go around all this. Ooh. You are made out of loot. Reflective. I think maybe that was what was doing the damage there. Because, what level's that? 94. Nemesis with Beasts, was that? That was Nemesis with Beasts. Alright, awesome. So now my farming runs in Gloomwald are going to be extra spicy. Have to watch out for Kubicabra. Hiding behind every tree. Now, at this point I pretty much know where all of his spawn locations are over there. Also, as long as you're watching the minimap, you'll see him coming. Or rather, you won't walk up on him. Right, Grimoire is not here. He could also be along the top. So we'll go see if he's home up here. Doesn't look like it. It's a definite maybe. Could be over here. Nope, I think he's going to be in one of the later areas. Alright, let's get rid of these guys. And then there is this little secret path up here with a little bit of loot. Probably going to show me just iron bits. Yep, so 3 rare items in there. Don't think you can go any further up. No. It does look like they kind of had a path up there, so maybe there was something they maybe wanted to put up there, or they were just leaving that open just in case they wanted to add something. Alright, so we made it to the vanguard of the 3. Anything to sell? Yep, we can have Vakar's Sting. Let's pick up the quests. Okay, I am going to do the messenger, and also the big scorpion dude, whose name I can never remember. Does she tell you? Release it first. Nope, doesn't actually tell you what it's called. The quest also doesn't appear to say... there we go. Just says to destroy the conduits. Alright, but that'll be the end of this episode. So thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and goodbye for now.